ॐ श्री गणेशाय नमः। ॐ श्री सरस्वत्यै नमः। ॐ श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। ॐ नमो नारायणाय। 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 ॐ ऋतगं सत्यं परं ब्रह्म पुरुषं कृष्णपिङ्गलम् ऊर्ध्वरेतं विरूपाक्षं विश्वरूपाय वै नमो नमः। ॐ नारायणाय विद्महे वासुदेवाय धीमहि तन्नो विष्णुः प्रचोदयात्। हरि ओम, सुप्रभातम। We will start the initial shlokas. ॐ सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ श्री सद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। ॐ ध्यायामि चिन्मयानन्दं गुरुदेवं महामतिं प्रेमपूर्णं क्रियाशीलं सदा लोकहिते रतं कृपालुं सुन्दराकारं समर्थं सत्यदर्शिनं वाचा तत्त्वप्रकाशिन्या शोकमोहविनाशिनं। ॐ श्रीचिन्मयसद्गुरवे नमः। ॐ शुक्लाम्बरधरं विष्णुं शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये। यस्य द्विरदवक्त्राद्याः पारिषद्याः परशतं विघ्नं निघ्नन्ति सततं विश्वक्सेनं तमाश्रये। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। सच्चिदानन्दरूपाय कृष्णाय क्लिष्टकारिणे नमो वेदान्तवेद्याय गुरवे बुद्धिसाक्षिणे। कृष्णद्वैपायनं व्यासं सर्वलोकहिते रतं वेदाब्जभास्करं वन्दे शमादिनिलयं मुनिं। सहस्रमूर्तेः पुरुषोत्तमस्य सहस्रनेत्राननपादबाहोः सहस्रनाम्नां स्तवनं प्रशस्तं निरुच्यते जन्मजरादिशान्त्यै। वैशम्पायनो जयमेजय उवाच श्रुत्वा धर्मानशेषेण पावनानि च सर्वशः युधिष्ठिरः शान्तनवं पुनरेवाभ्यभाषत. Yesterday we started with this question: what is this dharma which is widely spoken? How much we follow is a secondary issue, but it is widely spoken. We had a discussion on that. We came up to this where dharma is classified into several types with reference to the laukika dharma. And then we enlisted yesterday samanya dharma, varnashrama athva guna dharma, or rather varna or guna dharma. Then we have ashrama dharma, apad dharma, stri purusha dharma, vyashti samashti dharma, kula vamsha dharma, rajya rashtra dharma ityadi. So today we will take up the first dharma. Now before I go to that, one small note. We will only be dealing with the first one, samanya dharma, elaborately. The other dharmas, we will make a small note on that and proceed further. Alright. The first one is called samanya dharma. It is that which makes a person complete human. We may have lot of advertisements, like for example, Raymond Suiting has got an advertisement, the complete man. But Raymond Suiting, external suiting by itself cannot make a complete man. But for their advertisement, for this promotion of those clothes, it is okay. We have to take it at that level alone. But what is it that which makes a complete man is the one who can follow the samanya dharma. Now, again, man or woman, that is why I put complete human. Alright, man or woman, in fact, if you see, this samanya dharma is irrespective of caste, creed, gender, community, religion, nationality, etc. Meaning what? Whatsoever you may claim. Samanya dharma applies to all, rich and poor, noble and ignoble. Why ignoble? Because they don't follow. It applies to everybody. How much we follow? The question remains. It is a guess for everyone. There is a beautiful shloka in the Vishnu Dharma Sutra which indicates what is samanya dharma. It is only an indicator. It is only a pointer. Alright, it is not complete by itself anyway, but it is only a pointer. It says, Kshama satyam damashaucham danamindriya sanyamaha ahimsa guru shushrusha tirthanusaranam daya arjavam lobhashunyatvam deva brahmana pujanam anabhyasuya cha tatha dharma samanya uchyate. Every single human being, whomsoever it may be it the greatest saint or be it a very normal, common personality in the world. You may even go to whatever extent. In fact, this so-called high and low is all our imagination, our labeling, if I can say so. Everybody is high when the mind is pure and noble. Everybody is low when the quality of the thoughts, the texture of thoughts are low. And please note, everybody goes through both of them. Even the greatest saint goes through the lowest, baser thoughts. Even the most ignoble person, the worst of the kind, definitely has lot of very high thoughts. One very beautiful example is of Ravana. Ravana minus Shurpanakha and Sitaji. Rather, it is Shurpanakha. Why? It is through Shurpanakha Sitaji came into his mind. Otherwise, Sitaji had no place in his mind. Minus Shurpanakha and Sitaji, if you find, he is one of the greatest person. Sakala Shastra Vidwan. What more, his tapascharya was so high that Bhagavan Shiva himself would come and give such a great boon, which is not so easy. Think. Therefore, even the greatest ignoble person has got noble thoughts. Even the noblest of noble persons have to go through ignoble thoughts. Then what is the difference? The difference is one entertains more of noble thoughts and the other entertains more of ignoble thoughts. Therefore, no one is spared of any kind of thought. Everybody gets those thoughts. Now, come to our levels. Every one of us are great Gandhis, great Rama, great personality, great saints when the situation is conducive. But every one of us fall prey at varied situation when the situation is conducive for our weaker thoughts. And these conditions come very often. And very many of us fall prey. But why do we fall prey? Because the strength of noble thoughts are weaker. Therefore, the strength of weaker thoughts becomes stronger. This is the purpose of developing samskaras. So that by developing samskaras, I strengthen my noble thoughts. And the one who has a very strong noble thoughts, even though occasionally weaker thoughts may come, even though occasionally out of his own strength of vasanas, he may fall once, twice or thrice, but his mind wakes up immediately. Occasionally he falls, whereas others occasionally they rise. These are the two differences. If you see in the common life, we find most of us fall prey regularly. Most of us fall regularly. And we wake up. We get up. But when you get up, the strength of the noble thought doesn't become stronger, or the weaker thoughts doesn't become weaker. They are there. Yesterday, we concluded with that thought. What is that? In the light of the sun, the light of the stars are irrelevant. Right? So, when I develop stronger, nobler thoughts, even though weaker thoughts are there, stronger thoughts become so bright that these becomes irrelevant to the person. Let the world, let alone the world. To that person himself, weaker thoughts becomes irrelevant. And to that person we say, he is a great person, he is a noble person, he is a saintly person, he is a good person, he is a Mahatma, he or she. Think. And the person in whom, in the first case, occasionally they fall. In the second case, occasionally and rarely they rise. Why? The quality of the mind is so bad that it keeps on falling. Falling is not wrong. Rising is not great. Both are a possible activity of a common man, woman included. Right? Now, look at that. We normally, when we fall, we don't want others to watch. When we rise up and do something, we want all others to watch. When our thoughts are nobler, I find fault with the other people. When my thoughts are ignoble, I don't find the noble thoughts in other people. Please note. What I do, I compare myself to a much more deadlier person and think that I am nobler. This is how the mind functions. Right? And most of the time, when I see the fault of other person, I enrich, strengthen my ego. It's a very, very subtle point. When I see wrong with another person, I claim to be good, I claim to be noble, and what do? I actually enrich, strengthen, nurture my ego. And the worst part is when I proclaim the fault of others and hide my own faults. Think. Therefore, Kshama is a very beautiful value where I enrich not my ego, but I enrich compassion to the other person who is wrong. I don't point out to that person, but I compassionately accommodate that person with his limitations, with his or her shortcomings. When I thus accommodate the other person, I enrich again the noble thoughts and push aside, brush aside the ignoble thoughts, both in that person as well as in me. Right? Therefore, having this value called Kshama, what is Kshama here? Forgiveness. Forgiveness is such a very important quality. Why it is important? Because it helps me and the other person. Both of us can grow. In the first place, I accommodate that person, thereby I enrich my noble quality. 2, I don't point out at that person, because the moment I point out, I become egoistic. So, I don't enrich my ego, rather I accommodate with a great sense of love. The amount of love and the amount of accommodating the other person who has faulted, again questionable. Why questionable? For me what is good need not be good for him. For him what is good need not be good for me. And vice versa. For me what is bad can be normal for him, and for him what is bad may be normal for me. This good and bad pair of opposite is very, very relative and very, very subjective. Is it not? The whole gamut of clashes in a family is because of this. What I think that person should do need not be the thought in that person. I am only trying to push my thought. I am only trying to influence my thought on that person. I am only trying to superimpose my thought on that person. Think. Each one have our own freedom. At the same time, you think the other way. I don't want the other person to influence me. I don't want the other person to impose his or her ideas in me. Is it not? And when I don't want other person to impose and influence me, what right can I have to impose or influence or even point out at that person? Think. Okay. Then third point. Let us suppose I find a fault in other person and my mind is disturbed for no fault of mine. Think. For no fault of mine, I get influenced, meaning what? I get disturbed by the other person. That is his problem. Let him face the consequences. Every karma has its karma phala. Let him face the consequences. That is his problem. How am I disturbed? Why should I? In fact, I become disturbed only when I allow disturbance to happen. Otherwise, external forces cannot. They have no power to disturb me unless and until I allow them to disturb. Think. And the fourth point. The moment I forgive the other person, my mind is free. Why? Forgive meaning what? I should not go on thinking, okay, I forgive you. That is ego. In fact, very beautifully, Swami Swarupananji of Chinmaya Mission very beautifully had given a talk on a very wonderful topic which really touched my heart. What is that? Forgive and be free. Meaning what? I have to be free. I have to get out of that very thought of the fault and the forgiveness. The forgiving rather. Thus what happens? My mind, otherwise what will happen? That person's fault once I see, then what do I do? Every time I see that person, I can only think of the fault. I will never be able to think of all the glorious work he had done otherwise. All the good work he has done otherwise. My mind is unnecessarily disturbed. Very beautiful example another Acharya gave. One white sheet, plain white sheet. You just keep one black dot in a corner. What do you see in that sheet? Only the black dot. There is so much of opportunities, probabilities, options, choice to utilize the whole sheet. But the mind, in fact, the one who sees the flaw is the person who makes the first mistake. Of what? Seeing the flaw. Let him face. Is it not? That corner one dot is there. Let it be there like a design in the white sheet. Let it be there. Let me use the other paper. Is it not? Think. Once that negative thinking of the other person moves out of my mind, I will be free. The love, the compassion, the accommodation in me of not only one person but the whole world makes my mind free of agitations related to other people's faults. I become quiet, I become peaceful, I become available for inner growth and external success. Think. Fifth point. When I focus on goodness of everyone, Param Puja Gurudev very, very beautifully said, very striking statement. Faults become thick when love is thin. Now reverse. When love becomes strong, faults become negligible. In fact, how many of us have experienced this? We love so many people, is it not? Our children, our parents, wife or husband, when we love them so much, their faults we don't really see. In fact, even if we see, we justify that fault and still accept them. Why? Because I have love for them. And slowly you will find, not slowly, more often, that particular fault gets completely, forgotten. Why? Love is stronger. Think. Therefore, forgiving is a very beautiful quality whereby leave the other person. I become lighter, I become softer, I become quieter, and I am filled with so much of love that I have no time to see the fault. Think. So, where does the focus of the mind be? Decides my quietude, my peace, my harmony, etc. Right? Now, the most important point, please note. Kshama is a beautiful quality from our Laukika standpoint. From the Shastra standpoint, Kshama is the dharma of everyone. Think. It is a very duty of everyone. So therefore, if a person becomes forgiving, he doesn't become a saintly person. He does not become a great person. He does not become a, applaudable person. He is a normal person. Think. Normally what do we think? The person who forgives and also, oh, he is a compassionate person. He is a great person. We glorify compassion. We glorify that quality. We glorify that kshama quality. That is normalcy of a human being, please. That is a very dharma. That is why it is called samanya dharma. Think. And because commonly we find people don't forgive, it appears to be high. Alright. Now the last point. There is no end to it. I can keep on going. The last point. When I have this quality called kshama, my mind has lot of time to engage in most productive, useful, meaningful activity, because that much units of my thoughts which I was wasting in finding fault with others is available for my inner growth. And to such a person alone, Shastra becomes visible. Think. Otherwise, the fault of other person will become a blanket on my mind, and it will fail to see the goodness, glory of the whole world. Goodness and badness are equally important to balance in this world. I recognize goodness only with reference to bad. I recognize fault only with reference to good. And both are required to balance my mind. Think. The goodness in me should make me more and more humble, not egoistic. The moment I become egoistic of my goodness, drama starts. Ego becomes fatter and fatter and fatter. This is so-called noble ego, which is actually a ignoble quality. It will take me far away from the truth. Therefore, Kshama is such a very important quality which I have to develop. Why I have to develop? Because I have developed finding faults. Think. I should have no time in finding fault because I am busy in following this dharma. Therefore, Kshama is extremely important. And this is what? Remember? Samanya dharma. Remember this. Kshama is not a very great quality. Initially I said beautiful quality, great quality. Why? You will feel very good about it. But if there is no Kshama, we are not human beings. Animalistic qualities. Think. Therefore, please understand, Kshama is a very important step in our growth towards the higher, our journey towards the higher. Second one, Satyam. This is again Samanya Dharma. The moment we say Satyam Vada, tell me, somebody in the school classroom, they say, whom do you see a truthful person? What is that? Mahatma Gandhi. Why are you not? Think. Satyameva Jayate. Who is a Satyavan? Then we have very, very handful. You have to think. Mahatma Gandhi. Harishchandra. Raja Harishchandra, Satyavan. Then Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. Give me some names now. Think. We could have told, if we are so confident, because everybody thinks they are Satyavan, is it not? Everybody thinks he is a noble person. You could have told your name. No. You could have told your parents' name. No. You could have told your neighbor's name. Impossible. Think. Because that quality called truthfulness has not been everybody's cup of tea. Think. Again, it is an important quality. It is indeed a wonderful quality. Why wonderful? Because others are blunderful. Think. It is an important quality, but actually it is the normalcy of a human being. Here again, this is a very common explanation people give. Lot of people who speak like this. What is that? For truthfulness, you don't have to remember anything. If you are not truthful, if you are full of falsehood, then you have to remember what false you had told earlier and to whom, when. All that you have to think and remember. Data. Think. In truthfulness, be straightforward. Think. These are all Samanya Dharma, please. It appears to be a great quality which we are talking about. 2 shlokas dedicated. For what? To make us understand these are all great, not applaudable or something like that. These are all common dharma. Otherwise we cannot be called as a human being. One more point. Very many people think, Swamiji, today's world truthfulness has no place. You have no business to talk about the world. Why? The world is contaminated because people like me are there in that. When I say me, I mean you for yourself. It is people together who have contributed to the calamity. Is it not? Swamiji, the world has got completely corrupted. Why? I have also contributed. Think. If everyone, which is not going to happen, if it happens, the world will end. Because the balance is very perfect. Bhagavan's creation has no mistakes. That doesn't mean, oh, Swamiji, I am bad. Swamiji, I am balancing the world. Bhagavan has created me like that. It is Bhagavan's mistake. Then you should not have an intelligence. Buddhirhi tesham adhiko visheshaha buddhya vihinaha pashubihi samanaha. Who? Human being. Think. Therefore, these qualities, why is it told? Why is it being expressed here? Because commonly we find we fail in all of them. Think. I am not trying to see it pessimistically, but this is a fact. And very interesting part is, while I am saying this, you know. Think. When we listen to that, we know what we are. Quietly we know what we are. Is it not? How much of us are really truthful? Think. We are ready to point out at others. See, he is telling lies as though we are Satya Harishchandra. Think. Therefore, the best quality of Satyam here is, I make sure that I remain truthful to the maximum extent possible. Swamiji, I am always truthful, Swamiji. Occasionally I tell lies. That itself can be a lie. Is it not? Think. So, what we do is, all these qualities, remember, is meant for me, not to point out others. Therefore, every quality I imbibe, inculcate, cultivate and become a normal human being. Right? Why normal human being? Because we have that discriminative faculty called intelligence. The next one, Damaha. Damaha is normally defined as Bahyendriya Nigraha. Bahya Indriya Nigraha means control or mastery of our own senses and sense organs. What is this control or mastery? Control or mastery is when I decide what they have to see. I decide what they have to listen. I decide what they have to taste. I decide what they should speak. Let us suppose my eyes, I want to see Bhagavan Narayana. And the eyes decide, no, I will not see, and it turns its face. Then I have no control of my eyes. It is like telling your two-wheeler, you are riding, you want to turn to the right, and the vehicle decides to turn left. Swamiji, I wanted to go to the right side, Swamiji, but vehicle turned left. Arre, that means who controls whom? Vehicle controls me, or I am in control of the vehicle. Accident is imminent. Isn't it? Similarly, in the world, when I decide to be this way, it is I who have decided to be that way. So the fault, the glory or fault is with me only. Think. Therefore, I must decide. There are occasions where, very rarely there may be an occasion where you may have to tell a lie for loka sangrahartam. That also Shastras may not accept, but for the conditioning some people have to tell for the good of everybody. Again, it is not a license. Think. Therefore, Satyam. Damaha is what? Mastery. I must have full control of myself. Now see, very interesting point I'll tell you. This nobody might have thought of. If I am doing a mistake, now look at this. I must perform that mistake with a control in me, not control of the mistake. It's a very interesting point. I must control even the mistake properly. Meaning what then? I have the control in myself. Therefore, I have the control even to change. If I have the control while the mistake is happening, I will also have the control to change the happening, the action. It is possible. And so Damaha is what? Mastery over my senses. I decide what they have to do. Shaucham, cleanliness. Cleanliness have varied meanings. Sharirika Shaucham, Manasika Shaucham, Bauddhika Shaucham, Adhyatmika Shaucham. These are all very nice to speak. Anybody given a mic, anybody can talk about this. Everybody will give excellent examples and excellent speech on Shaucham. All these rather. Kshama, Satyam, Dhamma, Shaucham. Everybody can give a speech on that. But if you consciously, quietly seclude yourself and sit down and introspect. Introspection of what? How clean am I physically? How clean am I emotionally? How clean am I intellectually? How pure am I spiritually? We will come to know our own status, and what should I do? I should work on improvising myself every minute, every day, every week, for all time to come. Cleanliness is purity. What is purity? Where there is no foreign body in it. Pure water, H2O. Is it not? H2O is pure water. But do we get real pure water? We get pure water labels. But water will not be pure. Why? It always have little contamination. This is world. So what do? I develop that cleanliness aspect of, or rather in myself. I keep myself clean. I think properly. I appreciate goodness. I appreciate good thoughts. I encourage good thoughts. I entertain good thoughts. Think. Kaya, Vacha, Manasa, Shaucham. 23 hours will be given to you from now to the next class to understand how clean each one of us are and what is the action plan. Plan of action, POA. For what? For cleansing myself from now, if not till now. From now. And don't look back. Look back only for reference, not to regret. It is over. You cannot undo it now. So forget it. What do? I look back for referring myself and make the right modification in my thought pattern from now. This ability to change the thought pattern from now is Shaucham. I offer myself. I keep myself available, changing for good. When my thought pattern were good, okay, now I have to change. I will change it to bad. No, 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 no. Good thoughts, continue. Bad thoughts, remove. Remove meaning what? Modify that itself towards good thoughts. It is possible. All right. With this, we will conclude today and continue tomorrow. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.